नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं मिस्टर एस के गुप्ता एंड आज मैं बात करने वाला हूं यूक्रेन से आए हुए लड़कों के बारे में। आज मेरे साथ यहाँ पे हैं मिस्टर दीपक गुप्ता एंड शुभम सिंघानिया, जो यूक्रेन में पढ़ाई करते थे और आज वो अपने देश वापस लौट कर आना पड़ा है और उनकी पढ़ाई रुक चुकी है। तो क्या वो आगे कौन-सी स्टेप लेने वाले हैं? आगे अपनी लाइफ में क्या-क्या करने वाले हैं? क्या-क्या डिफ़िकल्टीज़ उन्होंने अभी तक फेस किया हुआ है? आइए हम उनसे साथ डायरेक्ट बात करते हैं। या वेलकम बैक मिस्टर दीपक गुप्ता एंड शुभम सिंघानिया। कैसे हो आप सब?
So I'm good. How are you?
यस, आई एम गुड। सो यस, वेलकम बैक टू इंडिया मैन। क्या फ़ील हो रहा है आप लोग को? कैसा लग रहा है आपको इंडिया वापस आने के बाद?
It feels amazing to be back in our country, and to meet our parents. A lot of people are congratulating us to be back in India after the situation that is going on in Ukraine. So hopefully things will be better.
ओके एंड दीपक गुप्ता, किधर हो आप? लगता है दीपक गुप्ता कहाँ गए? अच्छा, तो क्या हो रहा है लाइक इंडिया में क्या लग रहा था? ये वार के बारे में कुछ पता था आप लोग को?
Yeah, मैं दिख रहा हूँ. Can you see
हाँ,
me?
यस दीपक, यस, यस, आप दिख पा रहे हो।
Yeah, actually, yes, see, the situation between India and Russia was not good since 2014. Like people already know that war tension was going on between Ukraine and Russia. But like since November, I guess November last, the situation was getting big tense between like Russia started building their military camp near to the border of Ukraine. और जैसा कि हम लोगों को पहले ही से पता था, but every government and we knew that all of the European countries and NATO members were involved in this, so we knew that nothing is going to happen. But the things were not like the people were taking Putin so lightly. So he thought that he should leave something for as a legacy, like how people will recognize him, and that is why we were feeling afraid a bit. But the moment we got advisory from our government, we thought to leave that country, and as a safer side, we came back to India.
ओके,
The
तो
situation was bit tensed, as you can know, like since January last week when USA announced that all of their citizens should leave Ukraine as soon as possible.
लेकिन
So
जैसे आप लोगों ने कंट्री छोड़ दिया यूक्रेन, तो और लोगों ने लाइक क्या प्लान किया वहाँ पे? वो लोग क्या सोच रहे थे? क्या आप
so the thing is कि कॉलेजेस ये सब जो थी वो लोग भी पहले से ये बोल दिया था कि नहीं से क्लासेस ऑफलाइन होने वाली है फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ मार्च से. तो बहुत सारे बच्चे जा नहीं रहे थे, लाइक ड्यू टू फाइनेंशियल कंडीशन, टिकट्स नाउअडेज आर वेरी एक्सपेंसिव. तो वो लोग ये भी सोच रहे थे कि ऐसे तो नोटिस आते रहेंगे तो कोई ये नहीं है छोड़ने के लिए. और गवर्नमेंट भी क्लियरली ये बोल नहीं रहा था कि सिचुएशन बहुत ज्यादा खराब है, आप लोग निकल जाओ निकल जाओ. हम लोग तो इसलिए निकल गए बिकॉज वी गॉट वर्क फ्रॉम होम from
ओके,
our office, and after that we are in last semester of our masters. So हमें ऐसे भी job करनी थी. We had no classes that we have to go to colleges. We had to write thesis and on human behavior, and like we will write thesis on this war as well. So
तो ये आप वहाँ पे क्या काम करते थे?
me actually मैं वहाँ पे accounts department में था, and I was a stock trader. I used to analyze the US stock market and crypto market.
ओके, एंड मिस्टर सिंघानिया आप बताओ, आप भी काम करते थे या फिर क्या आप बस कॉलेज लाइफ अपना कर रहे थे?
You are not audible, man.
मैं
Can you
ऑडिबल
hear me
हूँ?
now? Can you hear me? Yeah.
यस, हाँ मिस्टर
So
सिंघानिया।
basically, we both were working in the same company, and things were going very good. And suddenly, this happened. The war tension that was going between Russia and Ukraine. Okay, so we had a slight, that we knew that something gonna happen, but we're not that serious. Okay, that things would be this so critical. So basically what happened that like finally our parents decided, and finally we decided that things are getting worse, so it's the time to leave the country. And as people told you that we got work from home, and we had this last semester. So somehow things have been disturbed because online classes you don't have much to get into. Things got disturbed, but anyways we are happy that we are safe and back in our country, and hopefully
ओके,
things will be better in coming times.
आप लोग कितना वार स्टार्ट होने से कितना दिन पहले आप लोग इंडिया में आ गए आप लोग?
एक दिन पहले,
एक दिन
एक
पहले
या
आप
दो
लोग
दिन
आए,
पहले वे
लाइक
बैक लाइक
लकली आप
वी
लोग।
लाइक मैं तो वार से एक दिन पहले आया था. लाइक वार स्टार्टेड ऑन 24th morning. Like you can understand the time, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I came back to India on 23rd night. On at 12 o'clock, I landed Delhi airport. So I was lucky enough to come back to India a day before.
गुड।
बेसिकली मुझे लग रहा था कि वॉर हमारे लिए रुका हुआ था, जैसे हम वहां से निकलेंगे एंड वॉर वुड स्टार्ट. तो वी वर वेरी लकी एंड फॉर्चूनेट इनफ टू लीव द कंट्री एट द वेरी राइट टाइम. And after that, every flight got cancelled, and rest is you know that everything what is happening right now.
लाइक आप लोग वहाँ पे अभी, लाइक आपके कितने सारे वहाँ पे दोस्त लोग हैं जो अभी यूक्रेन में सच में फंसे हुए हैं, या फिर आप लोग से बातें हो रही है? ऐसा कोई दोस्त है आप लोग का वहाँ पे अभी भी?
We have few of them, but mostly the Indian friends, they are mostly back. But we have local friends because they cannot go anywhere because they are local, they are Ukrainian, you know. And some friends we had from USA, those people left like months back, and some from Germany, Poland. So they were probably leaving the country. But those people who are local people, so they are still in trouble. But hopefully, situation will get like. And some of the Indian people, Indian students who are still in Sami, like they are in struggle and no one is helping them. Even Indian government should look into this matter. Like people are out of food and water since last 4 days, and there is bombardment all around their hostel and bunker, and nobody is taking care of them. Even media is not saying what is happening there. Like nobody is showing the real ground report. People are just requesting. They don't even have the water to drink. They are just collecting the ice and heating it in their room with the water room heater, and just they are making it water and drinking. And I don't know how government is responding to this critical situation. But today we got news that government will take care of it after so much of chaos on this. Like government is saying them to cross the border and come back to Poland or Romania near to the border, and
नहीं, नहीं,
government will.
जहाँ तक आप पोलैंड की बात कर रहे हैं, अभी हमने 1-2 दिन पहले एक वीडियो आई थी जहाँ पे पोलैंड के बॉर्डर पे काफ़ी सारे इंडियन के साथ मिसबिहेव किया गया था। तो क्या ये सच में ऐसा
तो वो
था?
पोलैंड का जो बॉर्डर, हाँ ये वो जो पोलैंड का जो बॉर्डर है जहाँ पे मिसबिहेव किया जा रहा है, द थिंग इज वहाँ पे वो यूक्रेन के साइड किया जा रहा है. लोग यूक्रेन में है और वो लोग पोलैंड क्रॉस कर रहे हैं. तो वो पोलैंड का प्रॉब्लम नहीं, वो लोग यूक्रेन नहीं है, वो लोग को पोलैंड क्रॉस कर
ऐसा
रहे हैं.
क्यों किया जा रहा
तो
है?
वहाँ पे
इंडियन इंडियन स्टूडेंट के
ऐसा
साथ?
इसलिए किया रहा है. The thing is, India is not going against Russia. When you will see that in UN, India is the currently India is a temporary member of UN for next 2 years.
Yes.
So India has right to vote, but India is not voting against Russia because India is a good friend of Russia. Russia has always helped India in critical situation, and even if you see the history, Indian and Russian both are very good friends related to trade and ammunition. We are completely dependent on Russia for ammunition. So like US people and all other European countries are forcing India, and they are asking India to force against Russia, but India is neutral in this. Every time India is just abstaining his vote. So that is why Ukrainian are saying that no, like Indian government is not supporting them. But we have, everyone has their own story, and we have our own problem and own situation why we cannot support. We cannot go against Russia right now. So that is the problem. Like now, people are saying that Indian government is not supporting them; they are supporting Russian. So like a bit of racism has started, but a couple of days back, one of my friend was crossing border, so he was saying that like people are just exaggerating the things, and media people are exaggerating everything, and they are just showing like the people, military people were literally trying to uh, bring the situation under control. Like there was a huge crowd in the border, and all of the people started running towards the border to cross it. So that is the government, these policemen of the Ukraine, they had to take these steps for Africans and Indians. Like things are getting normal nowadays. Like they're giving preference to women and children first, and after that men are crossing the border. So
ओके।
it's not like that yeah, they are literally being beaten just for sake of nothing.
ओके। तो अभी जैसे अभी क्या लगता है कितने बच्चे लोग अभी भी होंगे, और आप कितने स्टेट को जानते हो जहाँ पे यूक्रेन में काफ़ी सारे लोग वहाँ पे लाइक फँसे हुए हैं?
Like अभी तो सब सनी में और खारसन में ये दो स्टेट बेसिकली है जहाँ पे अभी स्टूडेंट्स लोग फंसे हुए. अराउंड 900 स्टूडेंट्स आर इन समी, एंड अराउंड इन खारसन अराउंड 600 girls are there. So they are still stuck, and overall Indians around 3 to 4,000 Indians more are there, but the Indian government is claiming that by 8th of March they will bring all of them back because now Indian Air Force has also
यस,
joined in
इंडियन
this
एयर फोर्स
mission.
भी जा रही है। ओके।
Yeah. Around 3 to 4,000 students are stuck there, including the not only students, including the people who are doing business jobs in Ukraine.
ओके। मीन्स लोग वहां पे यूक्रेन में इंडियन पीपल बिजनेस भी करने जाते थे।
Yeah.
ओके। और वैसे कितने लोग होंगे जो बिजनेस करना चाहते हैं वहां पे, या फिर और स्टूडेंट कितने लोग होंगे अगर हम दोनों को अलग
There
अलग
are
करें?
around 20,000 students and around 5,000 normal people who are doing job and business.
Business in the sense like some people are like driving taxi, some people are having restaurants, some people have small stalls, so for street food. So it's like that, combining all of these people together.
Yeah.
ओके। तो अभी आप लोग को क्या लग रहा है, इंडिया में आप लोगों का क्या प्लान चल रहा है? आप लोग कंप्लीट सेफ हो यहाँ पे, वापस आप इंडिया आ गए हो, आप लोग की डिग्री अभी तक कंप्लीट नहीं हुई है, तो क्या आपको लग रहा है क्या करना चाहिए आगे? क्या समझ में आ रहा है, क्या दिमाग में चल रहा है, घर से
No, we
क्या
are pretty
प्रेशर दिया
clear.
जा रहा है?
We are pretty clear about what we are going to do about our future. Like we already got information from the Poland government that those who all are studying in India, in Ukraine, if they want, if suppose if something happens, something bad happens in Ukraine, if the Russian governments take over, and if he refuses to give degrees to all the students, so most of the countries are now opening borders for the students. They are saying that we can pursue our further education from that country. Like from Poland, we can complete our next 3 months course, and anyway we can get. And regarding the safety in India, if we are in India, like we are in Asia, and war is happening in Europe, anyway we are safe in India. So it's nothing like that. People who are apart from Ukraine, whole world are safe right now. We cannot claim that if we are in Poland, Romania, we are not safe. If you are at your home anyway, you are safe. And looking at this part, India has nothing to do with this. And uh, our future is like we are already working here. We already have got job. So even if this is a US company, even if something happens, we will get the opportunity to go to US on work visa, and we can work there from this company as well. So we are pretty clear. But talking about medical students, now Indian Medical Council has even appealed to the government that some solutions should be given to the medical students, and at least they should be given some opportunity to continue their further studies, medical studies in India as well if something happens in Ukraine. So there is no point of worrying about our degree.
ओके। तो आप लोग वहाँ पे एमबीबीएस करने नहीं गए थे, आप लोग वहाँ पे एमबीए करने गए थे?
Yeah, we were doing master in international business.
Travel business.
ओके ओके। कि ऐसे आप लोग जैसे वहाँ पे अगर हम देखें तो अलग अलग डिग्री के लिए कितने कितने लोग गए होंगे? लाइक एमबीबीएस के लिए अलग, आप लोग बोल रहे हो एमबीए के लिए, जैसे हमें भी नहीं पता था कि वहाँ पे एमबीए करने लोग जाते हैं, तो वैसे आप लोग जैसे और कितने लोग होंगे?
Basically, majority of people are for MBBS. Like
Okay.
I believe almost 90% people are for MBBS. Few of them are for engineering. Some are for like MBA or some other master programs. Maybe some having psychological studies. So people are from different courses, but 90% of students there in Ukraine are for medical studies because Ukraine is famous for its medicines, study of medicines. So mostly all the Indian students basically. So we didn't find anyone like apart from us, like 3-4 people who are doing MBA or something. But yeah, I can say that MBA was really good. Like teachers were really supportive and things were going good. But the situation got critical, and the situation what's going on right now.
ओके। अच्छा, आप मुझे ये बताओ, जैसे आप लोग यूक्रेन में रह रहे थे, हॉस्टल लाइफ़ वहाँ भी आप लोग अभी तक आप हॉस्टल लाइफ़ में थे वहाँ पे, तो क्या लग रहा था? वहाँ पे कितने सारे कंट्री के लोग एक साथ मिलकर रह रहे थे। जैसे इंडिया में हम लाइक अलग-अलग कंट्री, अलग-अलग स्टेट के कितने सारे लोग मिल जाते हैं, अलग-अलग कल्चर के लोग मिल जाते हैं, कितना अच्छा होता है। लाइक तो क्या वहाँ यूक्रेन में भी ऐसा आप लोग के साथ ऐसा हो रहा था? अलग-अलग कंट्री के लोग वहाँ पे रह रहे थे, या फिर जस्ट यूक्रेन और इंडिया के ज़्यादा लोग थे, ऐसा कुछ था वहाँ पे?
No. Apart from that, if you are talking like in our hostel, there were total 9 floors, and we were around 20 countries. People, students were living in the same hostel. Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, China. After that, Uzbekistan, China. After that, Turkey, Poland. After that, Ukrainian, Indian. Everyone were staying in the same hostel.
ओके।
We had different dormitories, but
और कितने लोग थे?
floor
टोटल
was divided.
टोटल टोटल कितने लोग थे वहाँ पे आपके हॉस्टल में?
700 students.
700, और वो भी आउट ऑफ लाइक 20 कंट्रीज के पीपल एक साथ।
Yeah.
तो सबसे बात होती थी, सब लोग अपने-अपने जगह के बारे में बात करते होंगे, सब लोग, ऐसा कुछ होता था?
Yeah, that depends. Like whenever we were cooking together, when we were like, most of the people we were not having so much of free time to talk to other people. But
Okay.
whenever we were cooking,
ओके। तो ऐसा कुछ आप मोमेंट बताओ जहाँ पे आप लोग को मज़ा आता था ये लोग से बात करने में या फिर कुछ अच्छा लगता हो कि हाँ, हमने कोई अलग कंट्री के लोगों से बात वगैरह किया है?
The time between dine and wine, that time was
Yeah, like sitting on weekend or Saturday evening.
exactly sitting
ओह!
together on a weekend, going to clubs and going for a hangout, dine and wine with a good time,
ओके।
talk to different country people. We had few Chinese friends, so they used to speak about because see what I learned from Chinese students that they even this war between Afghanistan and Taliban that happened. That was not a war basically, the situation. So they had no idea what was going because they do not get any news from different country because they don't use Google, Facebook, so they have their own news and everything. So when they were discussing that, when we were discussing, they told us that we had no idea, we didn't get any news. So they are like they feels like they have a different world, like they're not into us, they are different people altogether because they have everything different from us. So we used to talk and discuss a lot about political things and about our country and everything, So things were pretty good. People are really good, and there were a lot of good people around, And sometimes when we used to cook in a kitchen, so we used to meet and things were happening, So that's how we get together and talk because mostly we are busy in our work, studies, and everything. So we hardly get time. But on a weekend, when we cook something, we meet some friends. So that's how it goes.
ओके। अब वैसा कुछ डिफरेंस बताओ जो आप लोग चाहते हो कि यूक्रेन के जैसा ही कुछ इंडिया में भी वैसा कुछ आप लोग को लगे कि वहाँ पे वो ज़्यादा अच्छा था, यहाँ पे ये इस चीज़ का कमी है। ऐसा कुछ कोई मोमेंट वगैरह कि हाँ, ऐसे
Yeah,
क्या था?
like talking about the people, like punctuality, cleanliness, like gesture, human behavior. Yeah, these all were very good in Ukraine. Like suppose if you have to find a piece of paper in the road, you cannot find. You will have to look for around 100 meters, 200 meters just to find a piece of paper that that is thrown on the road. But if you walk on the street in India, it's very difficult to find a clean place where you can stand. You will see just that
राइट, यू आर
everywhere.
राइट।
And like yeah, that is the problem here. And like talking about the punctuality, like suppose if you will call someone on at 12 o'clock, they will come at 12:30, 12:10, at 1 o'clock even. No one knows. Like no one cares about time here. But people there are very punctual. If they are calling at 1, it means sharp 1. So yeah, and that's a very good thing about European countries. Like people, they are very clean and like they don't want to disturb anyone.
ओके।
Like they're just
एंड
busy in their own life, busy in their world, own world, not like just sneaking in the other people's life and seeing what he is doing, what he is gossiping about other people.
ओके।
Yeah, which is
I,
very common
I
in
have
India.
I have a bit different perspective. I'm totally agree to Deepak. But in India, what happens that young generation they are not focusing on the skills they need to. They talk about the religion propaganda they have about Hindu,
Yeah.
Muslim. So this is what it is going on in India rather
राइट, यू
than
आर राइट।
focusing on development. So people are more indulged into the politics and that not the fact and figures. They are mostly into okay, I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim. So this is, I mean, I don't understand. Like you guys are young, you guys are professionals doing everything, but you are indulged into that. So this is the difference. What I saw there, people are so chilled out. There, people are so good. They have no jealousy factor, nothing. They are just concerned make money, have fun, live your life, be happy. Not here that people, every now and then fighting for the religion that I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim, this is mine, that is mine. So these things I haven't seen in that country. So this is what I like about Europe and about cleanliness, punctuality. These are the very important things. But this is the important. India should learn. Indian youth should learn that you should not be indulged into this religion propaganda that politicians are putting into you and you guys are taking things very seriously and fighting for this. You should focus on the development of country rather than having a fight and having an argument with the people, fighting for the religious things. So that doesn't make sense basically. So this is what I have to say about that.
एंड एनीथिंग अबाउट द वर्किंग कल्चर लाइक वहाँ पे आपने इतना लाइक पढ़ते वहाँ पे काम किया। लाइक इंडिया में क्या होता है कि बहुत कम स्टूडेंट को आप लोग देखते होंगे कि जो लोग काम भी कर रहे हो, पढ़ भी रहे हैं एक साथ, बहुत कम ही होता है ज़्यादातर। लेकिन आप लोग जैसे वहाँ
No,
पे
see, actually, we were able to maintain our work and college life both just because like we were not called in the college for a whole day. Like in India, the college timing is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I don't know what they are teaching for just 8 to 9 hours. So in Ukraine, we were called only for 3 to 4 hours in a day, and just they were giving us the idea which we really need in our corporate life and in the real world. not like just come here and sit in the canteen for 2 hours and just have fun with your friend and all, and just like we were having break and all for 15 to 20 minutes, but they were rather focusing on like what is really going to happen and what things really will be useful for us in the life. So they were just teaching us those things. So that is why we used to get sufficient time mainly. But if we had done some engineering from India, so like they would have called us from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. sometimes to
Right,
4 p.m.
right, right.
So anyway, student is not going to get any time to work. So that's the difference. Like
ये
they
हाँ.
are not teaching us whole lots of bunch of things. Like they are just teaching us, like they just tell us be the master of one and slave of others. So just they were making us the masters in one field as well, not in every field.
The other difference is for the people in Ukraine, sorry. So for the people in Ukraine and the students, they're saying that time is money. So people are particularly focused on the time because they are focused basically practical into the practical thing rather than having 6 hour, 8 hour class. And we only had like only 3 days class in a week, I believe. Yeah, 3 days
Yeah.
class in a week, and
Okay.
we had a really good timing, and we managed our work and work together. So basically that was really a good idea, and we started working quite a long time. And apart from studying, okay, so we were also getting an experience of work, how things are being carried out, okay. So that's a really good thing being a student. And if you're in that field, let's say we are into international business, so we had a work in the accounting department, so we learned a lot of new things, how it's done, because learning in a college, hearing things theoretically, and when you learn things practically into the company you're working, so that makes a big difference, and there's a lot of difference. So that was really a PowerPoint for us.
ओके, गुड। तो आप लोग ये चाहते हो कि ऐसा कल्चर इंडिया में भी हो ताकि लोग इसको फॉलो करें और लोग इस चीज़ को अपना टाइम मैनेज करें और दोनों काम कर सकते हैं और कॉलेज का भी रूटीन लाइफ चेंज हो, ऐसा कुछ आप चाहते हो इंडिया में भी ऐसा कुछ हो?
कर सकते
Yeah,
हैं, but
definitely yes.
they have to get out of this political agenda of fighting for religion. Once they're out of it, they can do everything. I'm telling you. So first they need to get out of these things.
ओके, लाइक हाँ, आपने सही बोला कि हम लोग ज़्यादातर रिलीजन के या फिर कास्ट में ज़्यादातर लड़ाई झगड़ा ज़्यादा ज़्यादा युद्ध करते ही हैं, ठीक है? वो लोग रोड में निकल जाते हैं। तो ये क्या वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं होता था? ज़्यादा वहाँ पे लोग मतलब इसमें ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व नहीं होते थे?
नहीं, ज्यादा क्या होते ही नहीं थे।
होते ही नहीं थे
ओके,
actually.
ओके, दैट्स
So
गुड।
basically the idea was कि like वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं था कि रोड पे निकल गए हैं या इलेक्शन के टाइम पे, मतलब 6 महीने पहले से ही आप बाहर निकल जाओ गाड़ियां लेके या बाइक लेके, हम 2-3 किलोमीटर तक वो लंबी लाइन नहीं होती है इंडिया में, उसको बोलते हैं इलेक्शन का वो प्रचार चल रहा है। वहाँ पे ऐसा कुछ नहीं, थिंग्स आर वेरी पीसफुल, पीपल आर रियली एजुकेटेड एंड दे नो व्हाट टू डू एट द राइट टाइम इंस्टेड ऑफ वेस्टिंग their time, they focused on looking for their family, making money, and you're living their life happily rather than getting involved into controversial things. So that was really a good thing. People are focused, and that's how a country developed rather than fighting for religion, having a इन इलेक्शन क्या बोलते हैं उसको प्रचार करना, इन
हुँ।
चीजों में इन्वॉल्व होना चाहता, उनको पता है मुझे कब क्या करना है, so they know the importance of time.
ओके। अच्छा, आप लोग को क्या लाइक 2020 और 2022 क्या डिफरेंस लग रहा है आपके लाइफ में? जैसे 2020 में इतना कोविड चला, इतने सारे प्रॉब्लम्स आई और अभी भी लाइक आप लोगों ने काफ़ी सारे प्रॉब्लम यूक्रेन में फेस किया और वहाँ से आप लोग बाहर आ गए, इंडिया में आए। तो क्या डिफरेंस था आप लोग के लिए? क्या लग रहा था? लाइक सिचुएशन सेम लग रहा था या फिर काफ़ी अलग लग रहा था?
नहीं, सिचुएशन सेम नहीं था। 2020 में तो हम लोग लूडो खेल के पार कर दिए लॉकडाउन।
लूडो।
और यहाँ पे लूडो खेल नहीं रहे थे, यहाँ पे हम लोग टेंशन थे।
ओके। अच्छा, तो फिर ठीक है, अगर आप लूडो खेल रहे थे, तो हम लोग घर में बंद थे तो खेल रहे थे, ठीक है। लेकिन अभी का सिचुएशन भी लोग घर के बाहर
नहीं, तो अभी का सिचुएशन ऐसा ही था ना। 2022 में यूक्रेन में लोग बंकर में बंद थे और वो
ओके,
बंकर में लूडो नहीं खेल पा रहे थे जस्ट बिकॉज दे वर रियली स्ट्रेस्ड कि पता नहीं अगले 5 मिनट में बॉम्ब गिरेगा।
They were mainly into threat, like nothing, anything
Yeah.
could happen. But in the lockdown, what happened? The good thing that happened, that you started a company, Skill Pro India, okay, and like people are really recognizing that, So that was big thing that happened for me and for you,
राइट।
like out of nowhere, things started, So Skill Pro India and this company had a lot about it, and I'm into it. Like I was there with you, we were together when it started,
राइट।
So that was really a big step step that has been
या
taken.
अगर आज मैं
I
अगर
have
अपनी
seen,
कंपनी
I
नहीं
have
अगर मैं अपनी कंपनी नहीं खोलता तो मैं भी आप लोग के साथ यूक्रेन जाता वापस में आता बट मैं
हाँ,
यूएस
आप तो सर्टिफिकेट भी दिए थे, आई रिमेम्बर।
राइट तो
So basically, I have seen you putting so much of hard work that like so much of hard work you have put in your work, and that's why your company is to some extent and is growing every day. People are talking about it, about your company.
Yeah, and I would suggest that like most of the people are still stuck in Ukraine. I would suggest that Skill Pro India should take some initiative to bring those students back. Not about funding their flights ticket and all, but it should Skill Pro India should provide some moral support to the people. Like they should really talk to the
जी
people who
मैं
are really stuck there.
ओके
And they put this
मैं भी चाहूंगा कि लोगों से मैं बात करूं उनको जो भी मोरल सपोर्ट होता है हमारी कंपनी करे हम उनसे बात करें ताकि कुछ ना कुछ सपोर्ट हम उनको दें राइट
Yeah, like most of the people are coming at my house nowadays. Most of the politicians are coming and they are asking, they are just putting garland in my neck and they are just clicking photos. So what's the point of coming and asking how I am right now when I'm already
उस
retired? At least
उसके
they
जगह
can
पे
clearly
लोग
ask
अगर
about the
वो
students when you
ज्यादातर
are
आपको
stuck.
कुछ मोरल सपोर्ट करे आपको हेल्प करे वो ज्यादा
जो फंस गए आप उनसे पूछो मैं यहाँ पे आके आराम से चिल कर रहा हूँ आप मेरे को आके पूछ रहे हो आप ठीक हो so I will already be fine because I'm already with my mom and dad and they are the one who will be taking care of me like very good
like uh, the president should be the way the president should be, the politician should be. He is given an example, to the world. How should you be, lead your country. So that's a great example.
एंड आप लोगों ने ऐसे लोगों से बात किया जो जैसे यूक्रेन में बोल दिया गया कि बच्चे से लेके बूढ़े तक वहां पे 60 साल तक उम्र तक के सारे लोग वहां पे लड़ेंगे अपने कंट्री के लिए फाइट करेंगे
मैंने बात किया
राइट
मेरे दो कलीग थे ऑफिस में like one was 26 years old and one was 31 years old so एक वीक पहले like I had talked with him he was saying that his military training will be done for 2 days just will be taught how to fire a gun on a basic and he was saying that yeah, he will be given the gun like if some situation comes up so वो लोग बोल रहे थे कि but they are not nervous earlier they were feeling bad now like they have to fight but now they are so patriotic out towards their country like literally all of the people to whom even government is not saying government saying no if you want you can take it people who have some problem in their who have mental problem or some anxiety problem like even though now those people are also coming out and they are saying no they want to fight for their country so it's like now they are not.
And it's a great example for people of India. People show their patriotism, having the say, I'm Hindu, I'm Muslim. This is how patriotism is shown, to support for the country. The way you stand for your country, this is how patriotism is shown, not like, just fighting from your people, your own country people. This is not the way to show the patriotism. This is the way Ukraine is giving you everybody a lesson, how you should support your country, how you should stand by your country. So this is a great example and the great initiative people have taken.
ओके तो हमें काफ़ी चीज़ें यूक्रेन से सीखने को भी मिल रहा है हम काफ़ी चीज़ देख रहे हैं एंड ये लाइक हमारे टाइम में पहली बार हम लाइव वार देख पा रहे हैं कैसे लाइक हम वर्ल्ड वार वन टू सुना करते थे लाइक हिस्ट्री में पढ़ा करते थे लेकिन आज हम देख पा रहे हैं किस तरह से वार हो रहा है तो लाइक कैसा आपको लाइक क्या आपको दिख रहा है ऐसा मतलब कितना ज़्यादा वो डेंजर हो सकता है
वो तो इतना डेंजर हो सकता है हिरोशिमा नागासाकी जैसा कि एक न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब गिरा कहानी साफ that completely depends which other countries are going to take fight with Russia. Like Russia is completely threatening the people. He has openly told whoever comes in between, Russia will destroy them. So that completely depends which other countries are going to get involved in this. If none of the countries get involved other than Ukraine, so it's not going to be so severe. But suppose if all of the countries start attacking Russia, then it's definitely going to be World War III. But now the things are getting like it's been 10 days and none of the countries are so much of guts or balls to
so
go
much of
against
guts
Russia.
और वो
So
उतना
it's
इंटरेस्ट
not going
दिखा
to
रही है
get
लड़ाई
converted
करने
into
में
World War III.
राइट क्या लगता है आगे पुतिन का क्या स्टेप होगा आप लोगों को क्या दिख रहा है आप लोग इतना दिन से देख रहे हो वहां पे
वो तो पुतिन खुद बोलते हैं कि वो तो इंडियन न्यूज चैनल देखकर बता देंगे. You will see Indian news channel. You will get
Like basically, it's just a threat by Putin to Ukrainian people. Okay, what it is very simple that Putin just want that at his person, like the person that he chooses, he should be the president of Ukraine. Okay, he doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to वो कंट्री को हार्म नहीं करना चाहता, ना लोगों को मारना चाहता है। अदरवाइज अगर लोगों को मारना होता तो एक दिन में वॉर खत्म हो जाता है, वॉर नहीं होता वो सब कुछ खत्म कर देता है। बट एट दैट पॉइंट ही वांट्स, उसके अपॉइंट किया हुआ प्रेसिडेंट वो रहे, वो उस कंट्री को रन करे, एंड ही शुड बी द किंग एक्चुअली।
Okay.
So there should, in Ukraine, the president should be his puppet. What he says, that will be followed in
That
Ukraine.
will be
So you
followed.
can say that completely, like things will be under his hand. Like, he would do anything he wants in that country. That's what he wants. He doesn't want to destroy or kill people, because if there won't be any people, what's the point of being in that country, or what's the use of that country? So understand the point how it goes.
Okay. Right. Okay, मिस्टर सिंघानिया
Okay.
एंड मिस्टर दीपक। सो
Okay.
अब आप लोग क्या चाह रहे हो? लाइक आप लोग को इंडिया में ही रहना है, या फिर आप लोग वापस जाने का भी कहीं और दूसरे कंट्री जाने का सोच रहे हो, या फिर आप अपनी लाइफ को इंडिया में ही सेटल करना चाह रहे हो?
No, no. Actually, I have already spoken to my HR manager and my senior manager.
Okay.
Like our head office, head branch of my company is in USA. So I have already applied to. I have already spoken to them
Probably,
that yeah,
probably
probably
you'll be moving to
moving to
US.
California, like California or
We have we have our offices in a different state in US. Like we have in Mexico, we have one in Texas, one is in California, and because see, a lot of people had a
Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
yeah, a lot of people have a confusion that California is a city, but it's not a city; it's a state.
Yeah.
So I was just clearing things out because a lot of people misunderstood.
Whether we will be living in Las Vegas, like Las Vegas is in Nevada, so let's see where we
So
will
see,
get.
working in that company,
लाइक
we
अभी
have
भी
lot
आप
of
लोग लाइक जाने का सोच रहे हो, वहीं पे जाकर आपको
Yeah.
काम भी करने का सोच रहे हो। दैट इज
Like,
गुड।
it's just one life. We cannot be stuck in India. I'm not saying that India is bad. I'm saying that like my plan from in the beginning only it was clear that at least I have to stay in 50 countries in my whole life. So it's not like that. Even if war was not going to happen, I would have definitely switched by the December. I would have definitely moved to Luxembourg. But now I'm not planning to go to Luxembourg just because it's in Europe itself. So I'm planning to go to US just for 1 year. After that, again, I'll go to some other country, Canada or something else.
there's one life, so
एंड
make it last.
अगर मैं आपके पेरेंट्स की बात करूं, जैसे लाइक आप लोग के पापा मम्मी की बात करूं, वो लोग क्या बोलते हैं? वो लोग बोलते हैं कि अब आपको बाहर जाना चाहिए, नहीं जाना चाहिए, या फिर उनके उनके लिए लाइक क्या उनके दिल में क्या आता है आप लोग के लिए?
No, see, like my parents are completely open. They are saying that you are big enough to take your own decision. It's your life. So that completely depends on you. Just they are saying that whatever you do is that you are successful in your life. That's the thing. It's not like that, yeah, war has happened or something. It's not going to be like whole life. Like even initial days when I was planning to go to Ukraine, there was Corona and everywhere, everyone was saying want to
यस,
go in
और
this type
आप लोगों
of
ने गया भी था,
situation.
राइट? आप
But
लोग गए वापस।
yeah, like people are going to forget this corona. You cannot give excuses to people that yeah, I did not success in my life just because of corona
जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ
or this
कोरोना।
war between Russia and Ukraine. I don't want to give excuses to my kids.
ओके।
See, Mr. S.K. Gupta, the thing is, our parents know we are mature enough to take our own decisions and what we have to do. So basically, what happened, like during Corona, people are like, no, we are not going anywhere. Our studies is being harmed. So even in that situation, we took this decision, and we went to the Ukraine. Because for us, our career, our like niche to develop our skill was more important than this disease. The coronavirus is still continuing. That means if you're thinking of corona कि corona के डर से बैठे हुए हैं, so things could happen different. आप घर पे रहते हैं, ठीक है? But rather than that, we took a step. So taking step in life is very important. As you took a step, in corona, you took a step of opening your own company, Skill Pro India. So that company is getting renowned day by day. And people are getting to know about your company. So that was a big step that you took.
Yes.
Corona taught you something that you can have.
Yeah, now we understand that people are dying to work in Skill Pro India. I don't know, like people are not
Thank you
getting
so much.
But the platform,
like they're not getting opportunity to work.
No, but the platform that you have, like given to the people out there, so to develop the skill. So what people do is they have the qualification, they have everything, but they lack the important skills. Okay,
Skills,
and that
professional skills.
Exact professional skill that your company is providing to the people. Like you are doing a work to polish their work, polish the skill.
Right.
So that plays a huge role, to develop as a person, develop as an individual. So the work that you're doing, the initiative that you have taken. So I believe over the years, things doesn't go overnight, but things over the years, that would grow and more people would join your company, and maybe after some years you'll be into a different level, and maybe the world would know your company that Skill Group has taken this initiative, and people from all around the world, they would come to know.
Thank you so
People
much,
will apply
man.
for IPO.
Yeah, this was the guy,
Yes.
who took this initiative, and we would be the proud person saying that, like, we were together, and this is how it started. So that would be a really proud feeling. And you just need to watch what we're doing right now, and that's what I would like to say.
एंड वन थिंग इज कॉमन दैट हम लोग आगे स्टेप लेने में कभी कमी नहीं किए हैं, आगे हम लोग स्टेप लेना और डिसीजन लेना, रिस्क लेने का काम, और हमें उसके साथ आगे बढ़ने का काम हमने हमेशा किया है, राइट?
People say that we need to learn how to take risks, but we also study a lot of risk management things. We do a psychology. Yes, psychology. We do a research basically. When we were in Ukraine, we had a conversation with a lot of stock market traders. We have some few friends from US. So we most of the time talk about businesses, stock market. Like what people do. People talk about the girlfriends and all kind of stuff. But most of the conversation was regarding business, stock market, and the cryptocurrencies, forex market. That makes sense.
गुड,
That makes sense. That's how you're gonna grow.
राइट। हम उसी तरीका से ही आगे बढ़ सकते हैं एंड इंडिया में वो चेंजेस चाहिए, राइट?
Of
जी।
course. And you have taken a great initiative, S.P. Gupta. I would really congratulate you
थैंक
for
यू सो
taking
मच,
this
मैन।
initiative, and you are really working hard that people should learn, have a development, develop as an individual, learn some skills, and to have a good career. So that's really good steps, and you are developing every day. You're doing something new. You took the step to get us into this live conversation. So it was a pleasure being here.
थैंक यू सो मच, मैन, फॉर
It was nice talking.
तो आपने देखा कैसे मिस्टर दीपक गुप्ता एंड शुभम सिंघानिया ने बात की हमसे, और वो उनकी जज्बात कैसे अपने मजबूती के साथ वो आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, कैसे वो आगे अपने लाइफ को जीना चाहते हैं, कैसे वो अपने लाइफ को आगे लेकर जाना चाहते हैं। उन्होंने सारी बातों को डिस्कस किया, हमें काफ़ी एक अच्छी पॉजिटिव बातें सारी चीज़ हुई यहाँ पे, जो उनके मन में था, और काफ़ी अच्छा है कि वो आगे बढ़े लाइफ में। एंड मैं चाहता हूँ कि सारे यूक्रेन जो अभी भी भारत के लोग वहाँ पे फंसे हुए हैं, जल्द से जल्द यहाँ आ जाए। हम उनका बेहद इंतज़ार भी कर रहे हैं कि सारे लोग वापस रिटर्न आए, अपने घर में सही सलामत पहुँचे। और आप मुझे बताइए कि इनके बातों पे आपको किस तरह प्रभावित कर रहा है? क्या आपको लगता है, क्या ये सही बोल रहे हैं, या फिर इनकी जज़्बातों से आप कैसे अपने आप को सोच कर देखते हैं? तो थैंक यू सो मच।